Good morning. Welcome back. So we had a great first night out the other night with the kids on the boat. They were knackered the next day. Bless them, and the dog. Mako was absolutely knackered. I was knackered too. But Wicked, they really enjoyed it and they want to go out and do it again. And the wife's given me permission to go ahead with the Scilly trip, which is very exciting. So I'm going to be doing that next week. It's a 4-day trip. Going to be day one is going to be sailing there. It looks like it's a similar kind of time duration to get there, distance, as it was from Plymouth to Falmouth, to get from Falmouth to the Isles of Scilly. So my plan is going to be to leave first light one day next week. I'm going to have a look at the weather and see what day's best for the wind and make sure I'm not going to get rained on all day long. I'm going to leave first light and sail down to the Isles of Scilly. It looks like Navionics is saying it's going to take about 12 hours based off around 4 to 5 knots. So yeah, I'll be going all day long, which means I've got a lot of prep to do this week to get the boat into a fit state. Obviously I've sailed it 60 miles in the past, but it needs work. There's bits that can be improved. So this week I'm going to do a couple of days out on the boat, just sprucing it up, finishing touches. There's still a couple little bits on the rigging that I need to adjust and change and make sure everything's strong and seaworthy. I'm also I need to get the power up and running. So I want to get a full off-grid power system going. Nothing too crazy, just a nice like 12-volt system with solar charging. That's going to allow me to be off-grid for a day or two if I need to be. So yeah, I'm going to sail down there. The whole first day is going to be getting there, find a decent anchorage, anchor up for the night, and then the next 2 days I'm there, I'm going to plan to kind of just go around the islands a little bit, sail around the islands and do some diving. There's a couple of wrecks there that I want to do, so I'm going to try and get at least 2 wreck dives in while I'm there, diving from the sailboat, which I haven't done yet. So at some point this week I'm also going to get out on the boat and just go for a solo dive off it, make sure I'm happy with entering the water and getting back on the boat as well with all the gear. So I'm going to play around with that and then make sure I've got that system kind of foolproof, good to go. But yeah, now I'm buzzing. I'm really excited. I want to maybe spend a couple hours around the islands as well, getting on the islands. I'll take my paddleboard and just use that as my tender and then just explore a little bit. I'm going to be doing this trip solo again. I really want to become really self-sufficient at operating the boat on my own. Obviously it's nice having the family. I'd love to bring the family along on this trip. I just don't want to expose them to that long a trip. Having the kind of sailing knowledge that I've got at the moment, I don't say I'm gonna put myself at risk, because I don't feel like there's much risk in it at all. I've got the motor if I need it. Sails, it's easy enough to sail. Just get the basics right. Just got to try and do the basics really well. I'm gonna get some more safety equipment on board, fire extinguisher, first aid kit, little bits like that. So so this week I've already ordered 120 watt solar panel, new battery, all brand new electronics for the boat, other than the lights. I haven't ordered all lights yet, so I want to get the electronics set up, test the lighting, see where we're at, see if anything needs changing, and just make sure that's good to go, just in case we find ourselves in a position where we're kind of out and about at night. And obviously we need the anchor light running anyway and nav lights for when we're anchored up at night. So yeah, today I've got a free day. Tash is off doing stuff with her friends and the kids, so I've got the whole day pretty much to go and play with the boat. The electronic stuff's not turning up until Monday. I've ordered all that off Amazon, so some point early next week I'm going to go and sort all that out. And today I'm going to go down there and I want to tighten the guardrails, so change the line that's securing the guardrails, get them really nice and tight, and I'm going to paint the whole deck. So I'm going to get some of that kind of grippy shore grip paint and repaint that. That's going to be a long process in itself. I remember doing that last time, and I think just taping around the outline of the actual bits that need painting is the most time consuming. Once you've got the taping done, it's easy to paint. But yeah, I'll make a couple of little episodes this week of getting the boat seaworthy, and then next week we're off. We're off to the Isles of Scilly, and I'm buzzing for it. I cannot wait. I've never been to the Isles of Scilly, and what a way to do it. Not a huge amount of colours to choose from. I want to go dark as possible, really, because it just stops footprints and stuff getting, or stops the deck getting all messy, or at least hides it anyway. I think I'm gonna go for grey. So either grey or black. Want to know that one? Wasn't it? Yeah, dude. So I went for grey. I think black's gonna be a bit too much, so grey should look quite nice. And then just some rollers, and I got some masking tape as well to masking tape off all the areas. Hopefully this 8mm rigging screw is the one I need. Don't want to have to go back and change it again. I've had an offer off a friend of a friend as well to come out with me at some point this week and teach me a few things about sailing. So maybe some little bits I'm missing. Yeah, all in preparation for next week's journey down to the Isles of Scilly. There was a lot of comments regarding safety concerns on my sail back from Plymouth video. Obviously, I mean, yeah, there's a bit of craziness in there somewhere, but I'm not stupid. I'm pretty good at assessing risk. I've been on boats and in and around the water most of my life, just not sailing boats. And the boat had a motor anyway, so worst comes to worst, I could have just motored where I needed to go. Yeah, the stuff is not in my control. I know that the ocean can be a cruel mistress, but at the same time, I don't think there was a huge amount of risk there. The biggest risk was probably, yeah, the boat hadn't been in the water for I don't know how many years. Was it going to float? It did. It's fine. Were the sails going to work? They did. It's fine. I made it back to tell the tale. Also, there was a couple comments concerning my kids' safety, and do you honestly think that I would ever put my kids in a position where I felt they are unsafe or put them at risk in any way, shape or form? I just think some people these days are way too safety conscious, and it just ruins everything. I mean, yeah, I know it has to be an element of safety, but I don't feel like I was unsafe at all that day. Yeah, there could have been a couple of times I went up to the front of the boat, it was a bit bumpy, maybe could have got knocked in the water, but there's risk in everything we do. The minute you start your engine and drive to work, someone could drive into the side of you. You know, it's risk in absolutely everything we do. So it's just assessing that risk again, which I think I'm pretty good at. I've been in some shitty situations in the past, but no, I do appreciate the concern, and I'll take some of it on board going forward. But yeah, when it comes to my kids' safety, that's my #1 priority if they ever come out on the boat with me. So don't worry about that, anybody in the comments. I'm not saying I'm superhuman, but I have been around the block a little bit. Here she is. First time back on her since we slept out the other night. It's going to be a bit of a mammoth task, I reckon. The hardest part is going to be taping off all these areas, but I'm going to paint all that. Get started, it's not going to do itself. I'm going to brush off all this deck, try and get it as clean as possible so that the tape sticks well, and obviously the paint goes on nicely. Okay, so I'm going to start by just brushing up I've cleared all the lines and the anchor and stuff. So I'm going to start just by brushing off all this crap. There's lots of sand and weed and stuff. So I'll clear this whole area, and then I need to let some patches dry. It should dry pretty quick today. It's warm, it's windy. So that should dry quick. And then I'll start taping around the edges. Okay, that's the whole kind of up deck bit
all clear of lines and sand and seaweed and stuff, so I'll give it a quick wipe down as well, just to get rid of things like bird mess. We'll just paint straight over the top of it then. Sweet. So that's all these kind of edges, all nice and clean now, with anything that's going to get underneath the paint. I'll give it half an hour or so. I just wet wipe the edges. It will dry really quick. And get on with another job while it's drying. I want to try guardrails a bit. They're a little bit loose, so I'm going to just change the line that's securing them and get them nice and tight. Yeah, so this is what's currently securing the guardrails. Not sure if you could use one of those those screw bolts on there. Most seem to have them tied. There needs to be a little bit of flexibility in there. But I've got this funky yellow green cord 3mm, which looks very similar to what that used to be. So I'm going to replace it with that for now. A little bit annoyed at these starting to come up, but I mean, it's 27 quid, so what do I expect? But I'll get some decent adhesive and stick that back down again. Get them nice and secure. Seem to have come up on every corner. Trusty old scissors seem to work for everything so far. Here we go. It's a bit of effort with scissors. Still quicker than going back and getting a Stanley blade. A certain way you should tie this, but I'm just going to tie a little bowline in here and then get it nice and taut, wrap it around a few times and then tie it off. That looks way better. Mega taut as well. Cool, let's do the other side. There we go. That's both sides done. They look way better. All I did was tie a bowline on one end. Kind of went back and forth, wrapped it around itself, and then a few half hitches to keep it in place. Seems all right. All right, she's dry now and all the debris is gone. So I'm gonna tape up all the edges, the bit I've been dreading. Most time-consuming bit. I got about kind of 85–90% of the way there and ran out of tape, but got that whole front end taped up around here. Hatch is all done, the upper bit here. Managed to get this one side done here, and I just quite haven't left to get this side done, so it's not too bad for me. As long as I get the main bulk of it done today, it won't come back and touch up those other bits. So yeah, that's the prep done. Now let's paint it. See how she looks. So yeah, this is what I went for. The Shore Grip deck paint in colour grey. It was $16.95 for 1 litre. We'll see how far that gets us. Pretty sure I'm probably gonna need some more, especially if I do 2 coats. It's nice and dark. I've only got a roller as well, so should have got a brush really for the tighter areas. But we'll see how we get on. Probably should have taped up those silver bits as well, but like I said, I ran out, so do the best I can. Kind of look great. Actually, it's actually darker than it looked on the tin, so I'm happy with that. I wanted it to be quite dark, but not quite black dark. So yeah, sweet. For fuck's sake. Every now and again, a boat will come past, a big boat, and they create a bit of wake. And as I was painting the front end, obviously this happened. So I'm definitely gonna have to get more paint and clean up this bloody mess now. Gutted. Oh, I had a feeling something like this was going to happen. Boy. Bugger. Keeps getting worse. Managed to get all over the bloody seats now. Can't move without getting paint everywhere. What do I do? Maybe I should just paint this floor now. I'm trying to avoid getting footprints everywhere, and I don't really know how to avoid it. Oh, it was all going so well. Even the GoPro's covered in paint. I can't think of anything else to do. I haven't got any cloths or anything on board, so I'm just painting it into the deck, and obviously the edges aren't going to be very tidy, so I'm going to have to just tidy up the edges when I get a chance. Yep, well, that wasn't part of the plan. I've ended up just wherever it was spilt, just painting it into the floor. And there's all sorts of crap bloody stuck in there as well. It's like a landlord job. Most of the shit's situation. Even the edges are really rough. And I've got bloody paint footprints everywhere. And I've done about a third of the bit that I was supposed to do. So I don't know if I'm gonna have enough paint now to finish this bit. I just can't move anywhere now without getting paint everywhere. Fuck. That's all the paint I have left, so let's just crack on and see how much we can get done. It's just this back area now. I didn't have enough to do that area of paint, but there's a tiny bit of paint left. But I'm just going to use that for touch up to the front area. Yeah, and then I'll just have to come back and do these kind of back quarters. There and there. But yeah, look at the state of that. Part of the plan. It looks worse out here than ever now. All these cushions, these foam stuff's all trashed. Ah, God. So I'm just going to give it kind of half an hour to maybe an hour to be touch dry, and then I'll take all the tape off, see how it looks. Hopefully it looks alright. I love the colour though. Yeah, fingers crossed. I just realised I've got enough of this left to cover this kind of hatch that goes by the winch. So while I'm waiting for the paint to dry, I'm going to put this on here. Look at that. Looks cool. See if it fits. Boom, another small upgrade. That's definitely not though. It's killing me looking at it. Right, it's been about 45 minutes now, and just had a bit of a tidy up in here and done that. And keep finding bits of knickknacks and Pringles everywhere. Inevitable for the kids. So now I'm going to see if it's touch dry and if I'm able to walk on it, and then I'll pull the tape up. Pretty good. Oh, look at that. Good start. There we go. Actually looks pretty good if you don't look too close. There is some shitty areas. Overall, I'm pretty happy with it. I'm gonna have to touch up a few places as well. Yeah, I think it looks alright. It's still a little bit tacky. I've got a few footprints in there, which I might have to touch up again, but yeah, happy. Definitely not going to add painter and decorator to my CB. cool. I've made a bloody mess back here though. Those seat covers are pretty trashed. But the middle bit doesn't matter too much because I am going to get some more of that foam stuff anyway. And I'm just going to have to order 2 rolls and redo the seats because it's got paint all over. But at least I can use the old ones as stencils, so it should be easy enough to get out. Luckily it's not too expensive. And next time I put them down, I'll put them down with some decent adhesive so it doesn't peel back up again. Cool, alright, that's a good day's work. I'm going to tidy up here. I'll try and tidy up anyway, right moments. And then hopefully some tickets. Just some small updates for those of you that asked. A few people did say in the comments to keep updating the little upgrades. Yeah, if you're not that interested, apologise. But there's some adventures coming soon. Scilly trip should be good. I cannot wait for that. But yeah, I need to get this guy this girl in a fit state for the journey.